All right, hey, Shalom. We're coming back again to prophesy the downfall of America, to let the Negro Latinos and Native American Indians know that you are the true Hebrew Israelites of the Bible. We want to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakak Wadash, and double honor to the elders of Great Millstone. Much love and respect to all you brothers out there doing the work in sincerity and truth, striving for the hopeful elect, enduring all afflictions, and seeking out your own salvation with fear and trembling. And we're just going to jump into the lesson, really exhortation, admonishment to all the brothers out there. We all know, all Israel, Yasha'Allah knows what's going on within the media, trying to demonize brothers that are on the highways and the byways speaking this truth in great boldness before the face of our enemy in the land of our captivity.
That's right.
All right, so we're going to jump into some of those things what Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai had warned us of in those days to come. So the brother's going to jump out with Matthew chapter 5. Or you know what, bring out that one in John 15 first. Or no, do Matthew 5, Salaki, Matthew 5.
Matthew chapter 5, verse 10. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake.
Right, and this is Yahweh Shai's word. So he's telling his disciples that were there at the mount when he was teaching them. He said, blessed are those that are persecuted for righteousness' sake. Because it's a righteous thing to stand at the defense of the gospel, man. A lot of people, the Bible is very, it's considered like a sifting agent, or a divider, or a racist. You know what I'm saying? It's the most. That's what this Bible's about. You know what I'm saying? You get that in Hebrews. Matter of fact, I'll bring it out. Hebrews chapter 4 and verse 12. For the word of the Most High is quick and powerful, and sharper than any two-edged sword. So when you cut something with the sword, what do? You cut it in pieces. You divide it. All right, that's what the word is like, man. But everybody looks at it when we're speaking the whole road that we're some type of, like, if we're like Esau. No, we're not like Esau. We're right. We hate. You got what you call a righteous hatred, and you got an unrighteous hatred. Okay. The Most High tells us you could judge, you could cast judgment, but you got to be right and on point. You can't just be out there like Esau or be a hypocrite. You got to do this in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, meekness. And sometimes you have to do it in a forward way, man, that the world don't like to see. But yet they do all kinds of shit in that manner. When they're with their friends, getting drunk at these bars, these clubs, they're talking shit about everybody, trying to fight, get tough, or at their jobs with their friends. But when they're by themselves, they're nothing but a bitch ass little nigga, man. That's right. A scaredy cat, man. They ain't about shit when they're by themselves. They want to be all cool. That's how y'all are, but the Most High, he ain't down with it. That's why he say you rather you be hot or cold. Because if you're in the middle, he's gonna destroy your ass with the sword destruction, man. All right, so go ahead out.
Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven.
Yep.
Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake.
See, that shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. Is that not what they're doing on the media, man? Is that not what the people in your own city, in your own town saying? Bringing up old dirt on you because what they knew of you in the past. The scriptures say a prophet is without no honor except for his own country, man. So we know we're going to be without honor here. But we don't give a fuck about what you people think. We care about what Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai and the angels see, man. That's it. And if we go off, what do? We repent to him, not to no man. Like the people in the Catholic Church. They fear the eyes of men more than the eyes of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai.
That's right. And revile, that means an undeserved reproach. Undeserved. And why is that? Because we're following the words and through our power, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. And you guys just want to see things carnally, you know, and say that we're the bad guys, that we're the bad ones because we're out here preaching this truth, man.
Yeah, with the forward response, all right, because the Lord told Ezekiel, Yahkazakala, that he was going to make his face hard against their faces, his forehead hard against your foreheads, man. What does that sound like? That sounds like there's going to be some great contention between two individual people, man. between the man of the Lord and the rest of the world. It don't sound like, oh, they're both going to be happy, smiling at each other, giving each other hugs.
That's right.
It's a contention out here, man. Scriptures tell you that, to contend for the faith. So you brothers out there that are pursued by the media, just preach the word. Don't even talk to them, man.
Right.
Don't even give them an introduction or what you're about. Just speak the word. Ignore them, because they're like scoffers and mockers, man. They show you that in the movies. They're selfish people. They're about getting their paycheck, and they're gonna do it by any means to make themselves look good in the eyes of their boss, those journalists, those reporters, to get a pat on their back. I got the word persecute. It says to make. Real quick says to run or flee, to put to flight, drive away. And that's what they want to do. They want to try to remove us from the corner, but that's not going to happen no more. It was prophesied in the book of Isaiah that they shall not remove the teachers out of the corners anymore, man. They may move us from one area, but guess what? We're going to pop up in another area, Lord will. And that's how it's always been. Since brothers been out here for the past 10 years, and the elders recently just moved into a new area. Or you got the brothers over there in New York moving into different areas, man. Which I saw through the Spirit going back years ago. That ain't no coincidence, man.
That's right.
Because you gotta learn how to move out of your. Brothers have to learn how to be uncomfortable and when to be comfortable and not to be comfortable. Paul spoke of these things, man. You're gonna have to know when to move in it from an area, to shake the dust off your feet, because these devils are gonna come. You gotta know how to maneuver. And let the Spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai guide you in that time, man. In any time, not at the time of Jacob's trouble, even in this time. All right? It says to run swiftly in order to catch a person or thing to run after. And that's what Esau's doing. He's coming after the elect. Okay? Matter of fact, there's one, and if you can get it, 2nd Ezra chapter 16. Hold them scripts though. 2nd Ezra chapter 16 verse 68. All right, that's what the word persecution means. You know, persecute meaning that they're actually doing it, but persecution is like a future tense, as far as like, you know, hasn't come to pass yet. I forget how you those words that Esau has, adjectives and fucking all that shit, but that persecution is coming. Okay, it's pursuing us. Yeah, like you got your what would you say? Past tense, present tense, past tense, and all that. So persecution is like like future tense. Okay, so they're coming after. They're gonna come after us, man. They did that all throughout the history of the men of the Lord on the highways and the byways, man. They have always came after it, whether it be 2/3 of our own people or the heathen. Okay, go ahead.
This is 2nd Ezra
16 to 68.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16 verse 68. For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you.
Yeah, see the burning wrath of a great multitude, man. These 2/3, these heathens, they have a perfect hatred towards us. Why? Because we are condemning their new world order, man. Their whole life, their posterity. All right, their progeny of what their children are gonna inherit. You know what I'm saying? We're telling them all that's gonna cease. All that the Most High is gonna destroy all that. He's gonna take all that away. So they hate us for those things, man. They hate us because we speak judgment, because we speak the truth. All right, go ahead.
And they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with the things offered unto idols.
That's right. Go ahead.
And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision.
Right, and that's you 2/3, man. Are you sellouts? If you decide to want to go back, you're gonna take that idol, which is that RFID chip.
That's right.
You're gonna pledge your allegiance to that that entity, Esau, Satan, and they're gonna have you in derision. Yahweh Shem Yahushua is gonna have your ass killed, man. You're going to be plagued, bugged out of your mind until the missiles come. That's all you got. That's all you got to look forward to, man, in that time. So that's what Esau's going to do, man. Go ahead.
And in reproach.
And in reproach. He's going to reproach you for the things that you speak, man. Read Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2, and it goes into the mindset of them. Psalms chapter 10. In the many different verses in the book of Psalms, it goes into the mindset of the wicked, man. Go ahead.
And trodden underfoot.
And you're going to be trodden underfoot, whether you consent or don't consent. Esau's going to come in as that great flood, man. And when the flood comes in, it shows no mercy. That flood is unforgiving. It'll drown you up. It will take you away if you're not in a high tower. And that's where we're telling you, we're harping onto you Negro Latinos and Native American Indians, that you need to get into this high tower, man, which is Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai through the Spirit.
Verse 70, for there shall be in every place and in next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Most High.
See, persecution, insurrection means to incite, like contention, physically, war, to pursue. That's what the word persecution. I believe that's the root word, pursue. They're coming after you, man. Let me go back over here to that word persecution, or to persecute. It says to press on, figuratively, of one who is in a race, run swiftly to reach the goal. And their goal is their New World Order, their RFID chip. So in order for them to fully to fulfill that goal, they have to get rid of the men of the Lord. And that's what Esau's going to try to do. He's going to try to come after us. Now he knows he can't hide it anymore, because this knowledge is increasing. So now he found the opportunity to put us on the news to shine bad light upon brothers. Now you got certain individual camps that they aren't right, and Esau's going to go after them too. But if you notice, they've always mentioned ISUPK, all these other camps, except for GMS until recently. Maybe a couple of days ago, they finally mentioned Great Millstone, but not even. I don't even think they even made the name. They even stated the name, but they showed the brothers out there in San Francisco area, the Bay Area. All right, with the elder, with the brother Yakawa over there. But all this time, they've always made mention of other camps. They never made mention of GMS. Why? Because they know, through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, they know that we're more what's the word, man? We're more knitted. If you brothers understand what I'm trying to say, we're more
common collective.
Sophisticated. We're more serious, because we don't be putting up bullshit on the internet and stuff like that. We're not that easily swayed into taking a purse or taking a bribe. Okay? Those other camps, they're always doing all kinds of folly, man. And Esau knows about that shit. You know, he could. Let me get this one real quick. This is in the book of Ecclesiastes. I don't want to veer too far off, but let me bring this one out. In the Ecclesiastes chapter 10 and verse 1, it says, dead flies cause the ointment of the apothecary to send forth a stinking savor. So doth a little folly him that is in reputation for wisdom and honor. And that's what these other camps, they're in reputation of wisdom and honor, but because of that little folly, it stinks everything up. Just like those dead flies around that apothecary, man, because the apothecary is made by what? Actual organic substance. And that's where they bring forth that ointment to heal. Okay, and that's what we're made of. Through what? The spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, this word, man. Because this word is as a healing agent. So a little folly, it corrupts that whole individual's reputation of wisdom and understanding. So GMS is more sophisticated than the other camps, man. We're more raw. The other camps, they have their own little logos. You know what I'm saying? They have all these different different introductions to their videos. You know, they're almost like a product. But they know that GMS, we're not a product, man. We're not somebody they can come and buy off. Like I made mention, you can't bribe the true men of the Lord, man. Okay, and whoever they are, they're gonna be known in that time. We're gonna know who the true men of the Lord are, man. Okay, so that's what the word persecute means. Okay, and it says, going back into that word, it says to pursue in a hostile manner, and that's what the brother's reading in 2 Ezra 16 and 68. They shall come with the burning wrath with that great multitude, man. It says, in any way whatever, to harass, trouble, molest one, you know, and that's what they're doing, man. They're molesting us through the media.
That's right.
They're trying to put a bad taste in some brothers' mouths, man, to you weaker vessels. Trying to put fear in your mouth, trying to bring seduce you through the media, showing you the clips that they want to show you of brothers rebuking somebody.
That's right.
Trying to get into your mind, man. You can't be weak-minded, man. All right. And that's what happens. Like when somebody gets molested physically, what happens? It fucks their mind up.
That's right.
You know. But we know that there's a seducer, and the seducer's always attempting to molest. And that seducer may accomplish that. But the righteous man falleth 7 times, but riseth up again. You gotta overcome these things, man. You can't just fall a victim to this world or to that individual. It says to persecute, to be mistreated, and they're mistreating certain brothers because in the book of Revelation it says that in her has been found that the innocent blood of the saints. So they're killing and mistreating the innocent, which are the elect, the 144,000, man.
Right.
Okay. It says to be mistreated, suffer persecution on account of something. A metaphor to pursue, to ask after eagerly, earnestly, to endeavor to acquire, and that's what Esau's trying to do, man. He's earnestly gonna attempt to pursue brothers, man. Physically, right now, he's doing it in his way of being spiritual by going into the minds of the people, by demonization, all right, putting a bad light upon brothers through all the camps, including GMS, all right, in the minds of the simple. But you have to overcome that, okay, and be aware of these things that they're coming, man. This is what brothers have always spoken about. In the past 10 years I've been here, this is what we always know, man. And now it's actually happening. Okay? Go ahead.
Back in 2 Ezra chapter 16, verse 71, they shall be like mad men.
They shall be like madmen, man. That's how, look right now, 2019, you common individual people on the cities, y'all are like madmen right now, man. Y'all are all bugged out with demons on y'all.
Right.
Acting all wild. You know? Talking shit. That's all y'all do all day is talk shit. And y'all run after folly. Just imagine in that time, man. You know? Because Esau, that's who it's talking about. These elites, Interpol, all these different, the military, they're gonna come in like madmen, man, sparing none. Go ahead.
Sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear
persecution, man.
Yahushua.
Persecution for righteousness' sake, as it said, for Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man, the Lord. As we read in Matthew chapter 5, man. That day is gonna come. But the Lord said, don't fear, don't worry, don't fear none of these things. Because the end is not yet. You are gonna be delivered. You are gonna be put up to bear a testimony into my name. But don't fear. Because you don't know. They might let you go. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what's gonna happen. All you have to know is that you have to stand firm and endure. Endure these harassments, the wiles of the devil. Endure the chastening of the Lord, man. bearing the indignation of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, because we all went out. We all fucked up. But guess what? If you die on this side, you're going to be caught up in the chariot for his name's sake, man. Either way, you win.
This is 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 14. But, and if ye suffer for righteousness' sake, happy are ye, and be not afraid of their terror, neither be troubled.
All right, don't be afraid of their terror, man. Coming in like madmen, you know. They have no mercy. You know, don't fear none of those things, man. Just conduct yourself as Yahushua did. He didn't resist the Jewish council that came to apprehend him, those soldiers. He told Peter to put away his sword when Peter attacked one of the soldiers, man. And he healed that soldier's ear, man. Restored his ear wholly. Back to its hole. Because Peter cut that motherfucker, cut it off, man. You know? So you gotta move. You don't resist them. It's just like on when you get pulled over by the cops, man. You don't buck up like these 2/3 over here. They start talking about their constitutional rights and they're arguing, and then they get their ass fucking hemmed up, and a worse of charges put on them, man. You know, unless you can prove it in the court of law that you weren't wrong, but you're gonna come at you. You got to waste time, money. You know, but it's just better to the scriptures say in Matthew chapter 5, same chapter. Matthew 5 and 25. Agree with thine adversary quickly, whilst thou art in the way with him, lest at any time the adversary deliver thee to the judge, and the judge deliver thee to the officer, and thou be cast into prison. Verily I say unto thee, thou shalt by no means come out thence till thou hast paid the uttermost farthing, the penny, man. So agree with thy adversary quickly, but not to where you take the chip. Don't get it twisted. Don't be simple. Right, yeah. You know what I'm saying? But move and like I made a video last week, and the elder Ariabla made the same video too, through the spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, going into the word discretion. Talking to you younger brothers, man. Learn how to use discretion. But discretion is learned through experience, man. And that's what the Most High is conveying to us, because it's not, when you go into the laws is straight to the point. It cuts people. But you have to know when to show mercy and not mercy, man. You got to make the best discernment, the best using discretion, man. A good judgment. Okay, so the scriptures say, agree with thy adversary. Read that part again you have in Peter.
Verse 14.
That one you had in Peter. Not to be scared of their terror.
1 Peter chapter 3, verse 14. But, and if ye suffer for righteousness' sake.
Yeah, but, and if you suffer for righteousness' sake. All right, go ahead.
Happy are ye.
Be happy, you know. Be to the best of your ability, man. It doesn't mean that you're gonna be smiling and shit, but in your spirit, you know that you have to remain faithful unto Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Right. Meaning that you're solidified in that mindset, in that relationship with Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, man. In return, it makes you happy. It means you're happy.
Right.
Go ahead.
And be not afraid of their terror.
And be not afraid of their terror, man. Because Esau's gonna come as a man of terror, man. You know? Don't be afraid of those things. Stand firm. The scriptures say a soft answer turneth away wrath. You don't know what the Most High can do, man. That's why you have to learn in this walk and apply this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding into your life, man. Go ahead.
Neither be troubled.
Neither be troubled, man. Don't worry. That's what the word trouble goes back to, being worried or having a form of anxiety. Okay? Don't worry about these things, because we've been telling you they're gonna come. They're coming to pass, man. But when it actually happens, you have to remain calm and maneuver in a way as a serpent would, man. You gotta maneuver, man. You gotta maneuver to the best of your ability. Use discretion. Go ahead.
But sanctify Yahweh Shem Yahushai in your hearts.
See, sanctify Yahweh Shem Yahushai in your hearts, man. That it doesn't mean you're gonna be smiling. You're gonna be. You may have a glow, be like Stephen. He had a glow. He said that they had the appearance of an angel when they looked upon Stephen when he was going before that council. When he broke down everything to him before they put him to death, man. They said that he had the appearance of an angel, man. I mean, he had no fear. He stood firm for Yahweh Shem Yahushai, the testimony. You think he was smiling? No, he was speaking. He was speaking to them, but he had a countenance of a man of the Lord, man. The Spirit of the Lord was rested upon him. He had Yahushai sanctify him. He was holy. He was separate from them. That's what the word holy means, to be separate, which goes back into being Yahushai's a separatist. He is about his own race, man. He's about the elect. He ain't about everybody else. That's what the word holy means, separate. Okay? Go ahead.
And be ready always.
And be ready always. You always have to be ready, man. Rooted, built up in Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. Okay? Go ahead.
To give an answer to every man.
And to give an answer to every man. Like you go into the book of Luke chapter 21, it tells you not to meditate on the things that ye shall say, for Yahushua shall give you a mouth of wisdom that your gainsayers shall not be able to resist. Don't worry about what you're going to say or what's going on. Just for now, learn of me. That's what the Lord is wanting. He wants you to learn of him. All right? Have the Spirit, be filled with the Holy Spirit like Stephen was. Stephen was filled with the Holy Spirit, man. And this is what's going on right now. Don't be shaken. Don't be moved from of what you've been doing, man. Don't lose that confidence. Don't lose the faith.
That's right.
Go ahead.
That asketh you a reason of the hope that is in you.
Yeah, when they ask the reason of the hope that is in you, that's that going into that testimony. You're gonna have to bear or give that testimony unto the nations, man. Yahushua told us this. You're going to be brought up before councils, all right, in the synagogues, before governors. Some brothers might be in the presence of Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? Just like Peter. Peter went all the way up to Caesar, man. You know, he was before Herod. He went before King Agrippa. You know, he went before a lot of these these heathen leaders, man. And was bearing the testimony of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, standing at the defensive. And at the same time, he was defending his own soul, man. Really, it was Yahweh Shem Yahushai that was just setting that example on how we have to be. All right, because whether a brother's on point, but if the Lord has it set up for you to be put to death, that's just the way it's going to play out.
That's right.
That's just the way the Most High had it set up for those individual people, man. You brothers. So it don't matter if you're rebuking them or you're being in your best holy conversation. If the Most High is set up for you to be put to death, that's just what it is. There ain't no bitching, complaining about it, man. You can't be saying, "Oh, well, what did I do?" No, we've been telling you. Yahushua first and foremost told us why these things were coming to pass, man. Esau has already setting the platform for him to come after us, man. So this thing we've been speaking about it for the past, since the elders were on the internet, since 2007, man. When YouTube first came up. It's always been there, man. It's not something that just recently brother started speaking about. It's always been there. And even before the internet, the apostles more or less were speaking about it. They had to, because it's in the scriptures. This ain't no new thing. Go ahead.
With meekness and fear.
Right, with meekness and fear, man. Fear in what? In Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Okay? Not in the fear of the heathen. Because to be fear of the heathen means that you ain't going to speak the whole truth. You ain't going to speak the whole road. But fearing Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, that means you're going to speak the whole road, man. Go ahead.
Having a good conscience, that whereas they speak evil of you, as of evildoers, they may be ashamed that falsely accuse your good conversation in Mashiach.
Right, just like when Paul was before King Agrippa, they could not condemn what he was saying. He was speaking the truth. King Agrippa knew their customs, their traditions, and what they were seeking after the Messiah. You know what I'm saying? But King Agrippa said, that almost persuaded me to be a Christian. But they didn't find no wrong they didn't find any wrong in Paul, man, because he was just speaking. The spirit of Yahushua was on him, man. It's like when Yahushua was before Pontius Pilate. Even Pontius Pilate, he didn't want to do nothing to Yahushua. He was willing to let him go. He's like, I find no fault in this man. Y'all judge him according to your customs. You know? Because he saw him as an innocent man. He was like, this guy, he ain't doing nothing wrong. He's just another man that was amongst Israel speaking the word of the Most High. Another zealot or whatever he thought, but he wasn't a zealot in that sense of trying to overcome the Roman Empire or go against their law. You know? Read that part again.
Having a good conscience, that whereas they speak evil of you.
Having a good conscience, meaning that you have a good conduct. All right? Meaning that you are obeying the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, man. All right? But we know that the scriptures say love worketh no ill towards his neighbor. They don't even know, these heathens, they don't even know that we show love to them because we ain't trying to get with their wives. We ain't stealing from them.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So that when it says that in Romans 13:10, it says love thy neighbor, love worketh no ill towards his neighbor. That means that all the nations fall into that category as far as when it pertains to what's showing that love, man.
That's right.
It's not just to the to Israelite men or women. That the law, statutes, and commandments is wide in that sense. We can't go off and break the law, statutes, and commandments because they're not part of the body or because they're not Israel. You know, so they don't even know that, man. So we're not the enemy. We've become the enemy. Why? Because we tell you the truth. We're telling you of your judgment. We're telling you of what you've done. Because the scriptures say the devil had accused us before the Father day and night, man. For all these years he's been doing that. So now it's your turn. Now we're accusing you of your accusations. And our accusations towards you are true. They're in the books. It's in writing. Go ahead.
Having a good conscience, that whereas they speak evil of you, as of evil